Why do we take life for granted? It is a question that has puzzled many minds, and one that is deeply intertwined with the nature of human consciousness and the cultural conditioning we undergo. From my perspective, drawing from a myriad of wisdom traditions and thinkers, we take life for granted, largely because of the way our minds have evolved and how our societies have conditioned us. We are constantly moving, always looking ahead, striving for more, seldom pausing to truly appreciate the miracle of existence. One of my greatest influences, Laozi, the ancient Chinese sage, observed that people often live superficially, chasing after external validations and material possessions, forgetting the profound simplicity and beauty of the present moment. In the Tao Te Ching Ke, he suggests that wisdom lies in embracing the flow of life, in being content with simplicity and recognizing the profound in the mundane. Similarly, the Buddha pointed out that human suffering, dukkha, stems from our incessant craving and aversion. We are perpetually dissatisfied because we are always seeking something else, something more, instead of being mindful of the present moment. This lack of mindfulness makes us take our current state of being for granted, always overshadowed by the illusion that happiness lies elsewhere. In the West, thinkers like Søren Kierkegaard have spoken of the sickness unto death, a despair that arises from not living authentically, from not embracing life fully as it is. Kierkegaard suggested that people often live in a state of forgetfulness, disconnected from their true selves in the immediacy of existence. Then there is the existential perspective, as articulated by Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger. Sartre spoke of bad faith, where individuals deny their own freedom and responsibility by conforming to societal norms and expectations. Heidegger, on the other hand, discussed inauthenticity, where we get lost in the everyday, forgetting our being towards death, the fundamental reality of our finite existence. By not facing our mortality, we take life for granted, living as though we have an infinite amount of time. One must not forget the insights of the great Hindu traditions, particularly the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna reminds Arjuna of the eternal nature of the soul and the impermanence of the material world. In these teachings, the focus is on living a life of dharma, righteousness, and realizing the divine within the everyday acts of life. Ultimately, the reason we take life for granted is because of our focus on the future and our neglect of the present. We are conditioned to achieve, to conquer, to attain, often at the expense of simply being. The cacophony of modern life, with its constant demands and distractions, further alienates us from the serene appreciation of the now. To break free from this, one must cultivate awareness, mindfulness, and gratitude. By being present, by recognizing the extraordinary in the ordinary, we can begin to see life as the precious, fleeting miracle it is. As I often say, this is the real secret of life: to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now. And instead of calling it work, realize it is play,